So it seems to be that the more people talk about pirate software, the more pirate software talks about other people. And the more this back and forth happens, the more we find out about this guy. Pirate software is an even bigger fraud than you think, from Smash JT and some others. This might be a reaction, so I might be doing a reaction to a reaction. Oh well, the meta is strong.
Full disclosure, when it...
Whoops. Got to, put it on the right sound.
Front, left.
There we go.
Full disclosure, when it comes to reacting to Keto Casino, this is all allegedly and for entertainment purposes. Do not look any further into it than just entertainment purposes and allegedly.
He was making a game called Heartbound. It was.
Oh, was he? What was he really? Or was he using AI? Because I don't know. It sure seemed like he was using AI, judging by that last pirate software video that I did.
Early access in 2016, and he goes, it will be released in 2017.
I remember reading about that. 2017, that wasn't too far back, was it? It was only 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
8 years later.
Still in early access.
It is still in early access.
Many such cases, but finally one of these bastards is being held to account for their indefinite early access game.
And it's only because he will not shut the fuck up. If only he would have shut the fuck up. He shouldn't have said anything about stop killing games. Or, you know, even if he did, he should have just stopped talking about the situation and just left it at that. Really what sparked all of this is when he was like, this can eat my whole ass. I'm gonna do everything that I can to tell everyone to be against this. I'm paraphrasing, or I've got it wrong. It's something like that.
Yes.
This guy deserves the cross. He deserves the firing squad.
Yes,
Honestly,
I did know he worked at Blizzard, but it is good to bring that up in case people didn't
For 7 years he worked at Blizzard.
know that. Good point, Mr. Sir Henry. Appreciate you.
Deserves to be stoned.
Yes, he does. Man,
Not the type that he regularly is stoned. I mean, he deserves to have stones hucked at his head.
I'm going to tell you something really funny about his previous game, apparently, okay? He coded in.
Well,
he made a game that was unpiratable. Hear what he did here. He made his game search for Steam achievements to see if you have an achievement, and it would see that achievement and load it like that was your progress being saved.
Bro, come on. For one, who's gonna pirate his game? Really, honestly. And for two, if somebody really wanted to pirate it, they'll just allow it to read achievements. They'll just have fake achievements. Like, come on. Dude, that's so easy to do.
So you couldn't pirate it.
That's probably not the best explanation, but it was basically checking to see if you had an achievement, and that would tell you it's an authentic copy, I think is what he's trying to say. Because you can't get achievements on pirated games, as far as I understand it.
Oh, there are ways. You can do it. Well, you may not be able to get Steam achievements, but inside the game, you can trick it into there being achievements completed.
Because it would look through your Steam achievements and make sure that you had the achievement to load.
So he's actually brilliant.
You know, he's retarded. He's actually retarded, and it's a broken coding. Some coder went over it. It doesn't really save it. It checks for achievements, which means, Ashton, you can't ever start a new game.
Oh, shit. Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah. Because if you tie your progress of the game to the achievements, then yeah, like you wouldn't able to restart.
Because once you have the achievement, it's like, that's it. Anyway, that's what
I don't think he's explaining it right, but
that's the way I thought it was. That's the way I had it explained to me.
You get the gist of it, though.
I heard that. Okay, here's his voice.
I think it was in total about 20 days. So thankfully I'm back on it.
All right, well, let's hear someone.
Sariad says, no, the achievements were the save state. How does that
that's what I was saying. Like, yes, these guys are right.
work? What? Anyway,
Found this from
Original voice.
years ago. You ready?
years ago, Pirate Software.
That
There
was
we
loud.
go.
Glad they watermarked it.
Bro, are we? All right, we're reacting to a reaction of a reaction.
It's really necessary.
Whoa! Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa is right. Whoa. I'm just going to speak my mind and say
He looks like an ex-Blizzard employee. Actually, he looks like he was probably working at Blizzard right here. He looks like a Blizzard employee.
sometimes you look at people and they give you they need to have their hard drive checked vibe.
Definitely. 100%. I always thought that about Pirate Software.
That is the vibe I get.
Especially after reading that whole thing when he was talking to that gay furry and having a little drama spat because relationship issues. It just makes me think, this guy's creepy and fucking weird.
Looking at that person right there.
Hold on. What's going on with this shirt? In giant rainbow Baldo contraption on his shirt.
Where is that? Oh, the humanity. I get it. It's a manatee with the hue of the rainbow, and it says and it's a humanity. See, I picked up on it. Maybe that means I'm gay.
Buddy, he's got man tits. Look at him.
Manatee on his manatits.
So he's
Name on him.
he's half Steve for sure. Here we go.
Brand for Video Game News Source, and I'm here.
I love that PPP's called someone else for being fat. That's amazing. He's like, I'm 400 pounds. This guy's got man tits.
It's pretty good.
Listen to this.
I mean, he would know. It takes one to know one,
Guess where? With the games, of course. I'm here with Thor, founder
Okay,
of
I
Pyro
gotta
Software.
say, this one image is everything.
I love how he calls himself Thor when his name's Jason, but he's like, oh, I want to be a badass, so call me Thor.
Yeah, I don't get that. I thought his name was Thor. If his name was Thor, that's badass. But the fact that he gave himself the nickname Thor, and then he wants people to call him that, it's super cringe. It's super fucking lame.
Wrong with the games industry. It's like female games journalist that clearly has no idea what she's talking about, was only hired as a DEI hire.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Then you have some other weird, potentially trans woman.
That is a
In the bottom
trans
left.
person
You
that
guys
she was
got it
dating.
actually?
Oh, I got that in the folder. Don't worry.
I sniffed that out quick.
That
Then all the
Yeah.
people milling about, like, do you notice that they're also diverse? And
interesting.
this really, you can really see why the industry is in the toilet just
Mhm.
by looking at this image alone.
Yeah.
That's a stretch. That is a stretch with this image. I don't see anything that actually throws any red flags. Nah, yeah, I don't see anything that's giving me red flags, actually.
Okay.
Watch your show,
And by the way, with this segment, I can't even tell you everything that's happened because there's too much. But we'll try. We'll try.
They're
our best.
diverse.
so far.
Really, the only person that stands out in this whole picture to me is Thor. He looks like a fucking freak. And his chin is like a ball. He's got a ball chin. And it connects directly to his neck. It's really weird. Because he's not that fat.
It's actually been amazing. It's our first time out here at Denver Comic Con, and there's
Second puberty, guys. He hasn't hit second puberty yet.
What's his voice? Wait, what? Hold on, what?
Hear his voice.
so many people. They love the
Bro, I've got a lower voice than Thor. Come on now. I wonder when I'm gonna hit second puberty. I'm probably gonna not be understandable. Cause whenever I'm excited, my voice is a little bit up there, but it's not squeaky at all like his is. But I'll tone it down and I'll talk to you how I normally would talk to people. I would usually talk to him like this. This is how I would talk to people. I don't have a voice changer or anything. This is just how my voice sounds. Whenever I talk normal, like I'm talking to somebody across the table from me. No voice changer. None whatsoever. And you can tell whenever I go up to the higher octaves.
Games, so it's been awesome.
So speaking of games,
So
Open so far.
is the cope that the long COVID transformed his voice?
No.
Into being
You know
deeper.
what the cope is?
Is he basically like the lady from Theranos? That
No, he straight up, he went through a second puberty according to him, even though I've heard him in other places and he sounds like this. He sounds like this pre-second puberty Thor.
is faking the
Jason Hall,
voice?
whatever you want to call him.
Shit.
Guy's a sicko.
He said, I'm not even kidding. He said that he went through a second puberty at 30.
Stop.
I got less than a year, boys. I got less than a year and I get to hit that second puberty. I'm gonna sound like a man. A big, strong man.
There's no way he said that.
100% he did.
There's no way. This dude's gonna have quite the arc going on here.
Hold on. Can you have a second puberty that makes your voice lower? I gotta verify it real quick using Brave. Second puberty and voice change. Your voice can change significantly during puberty, and while there's no second puberty in the traditional sense, some individuals may experience further vocal changes later in life due to various factors. During puberty, the voice typically deepens due to hormonal changes in the growth of the larynx and vocal cords. However, as people age, their voices may continue to change, often becoming weaker or more breathy due to the natural aging process of the vocal mechanism. Additionally, certain medical conditions, medications, or lifestyle factors such as smoking, I don't know if he's a smoker, can also affect the voice. I think smoking definitely affected my voice. In rare cases, individuals may experience a second vocal drop, particularly if they undergo significant hormonal changes or if there are underlying health issues. I don't think that he has said anything about underlying health issues or any hormonal changes or anything. I don't think that he was taking testosterone. He looks like a bitch boy. It is important to consult a healthcare professional if you notice unexpected changes in your voice. But I would say, okay, all right, verified, it's true, except for the fact that he sounds different in public.
Turning into the most massive lolcow YouTube has seen.
Yeah, yeah, actually, yeah. Like Boogie and Wings of Redemption, they're pretty massive lolcows, but they were buying into it. They were being lolcows on purpose. This guy, he's a lolcow by his own undoing. He has undone himself, and he doesn't realize he's a lolcow. And that's what's making him even more of a lolcow, because it's just so fucking hilarious. The crash out, the fall of this guy. The downfall is diabolical.
Well, this side of Christian, but still.
It's worse than iDubbbz developing empathy at 30, dude. What do you mean, buddy? What do you mean
Wow.
he went through a second puberty?
He said he
Yo, these guys are going a little bit hard on him, I think. I think it might be possible, but I think that Pyre Software is full of shit. I think it's bullshit. I think he is using a voice changer because of Corpse. I think Corpse Husband is what made him want to do it. He was probably a fan of Corpse Husband and was like, he's got a really low voice. People like that. I'm going to make my voice low.
My guy, that is not possible. That
It is. It is. I confirmed. I confirmed it is true. It could happen.
You know how you guys like all believe in the science, follow the science?
Bro,
That is
dude, just look it up. Just look it up. Like, this is one that I will defend Pyre Software on. Because, like, all these people, they make fun of them, and then they don't look up the information. Usually, it turns out that they are right and Jason Hall is wrong, but in this case, I don't think you can really prove anything, judging by what they're saying. Because I believe that you can have a second puberty when it comes to, in quotes, a second puberty when it comes to your voice.
scientifically impossible to do.
Nope. Let's move on from this.
Find this shit.
Oh, bro.
Hang on. pirate
ridiculous.
software. That
Maybe
can-
he did get on T. I don't fucking know.
Nah, I don't think so.
Do we have it here?
Kind of looks. I want to say. The whole
Oh,
Went
here
back
we
to the-
go. I have
looks
it.
like
I have
somebody
it,
I
have it.
used to know. He really does.
No, I know it. Okay, listen, guys. There was so much to put in these folders and too much to catch up on.
Went back to the doctor.
Here we go. You ready? Here's the story.
Okay.
Doctor's like, hey, sometimes in your early 30s, your voice can change as a man, and it's effectively second puberty.
Effectively.
All right, guys, move off of this. Let's go. Let's move on to something else. All right.
I'm getting
Okay.
That's not a voice change. That's just you talking like a chicken. You're like, I'm not gonna talk like a chick anymore. No, I'm gonna talk like this when I talk. That's like you are just
Yeah, I do believe that. I believe that may be true. That he was kind of like trying to play it up because he was gay and he's a furry and he wants to be attractive to other gay furries. See how easy that is for me to change my voice to that? And then you see how easy I can just change my voice down to this. But I don't think that he'd be able to hold this all the time. So either he's using a voice changer or his voice really did change.
mentally changing how your voice is. This is not puberty. You're just changing how you sound by talking differently.
He really is doing the Theranos. Like he's artificially
100%
deepening
Theranos.
his voice. Like he's dropping it an octave. This is, bro,
He's
why
doing
are
this
you
on
doing You're
purpose. You can
exposing
tell.
yourself? This guy's tattling on himself.
Yep.
What's he
Wait.
thinking? What's his game here, buddy?
I think
Yeah, this is one of the videos that evidently show that he changes his voice. And but the whole second puberty thing, they had to get off of that because that actually is a thing that can happen, according to Brave AI.
his game is he thinks you are all stupid. I think he thinks whatever he tells you, you'll just eat up and believe without just ignoring your ears. And you'll be like, that's not how this works. You are a pathological liar, sir.
True.
And this is proof of it
Yep.
right here. You believe your own
Yeah, I believe that he is full of shit and he's changing his voice.
lies so much so that you think everyone else will. That's not how it works.
Do we Google this?
Are you saying he uses a filter on his voice? Is that what it is?
Yeah. That came
Oh,
pretty- let's see this.
no.
Wait, hear this. Wait till I finish, okay? Listen to this. While the term second puberty isn't recognized as a medical term, it's a common way to describe the significant hormonal and bodily changes that women experience in
Women!
adulthood.
Women.
I no. Nah. These guys are dishonest. I don't like these guys. Whoever these two guys over here on the right. And Smash JT, he doesn't really know. He's not doing the research. Because that's not what I read.
Particularly in their
Holy
20s and 30s.
Yeah, I don't like this. Like, this is... I like making videos like this. Because I'm not just outright trying to shit on pirate software, but these guys are being dishonest. I don't like that.
Holy shit.
He's
It's
trash.
amazing.
You can't write this shit.
Yeah.
You can't,
Yeah, I don't think he's trans either.
Woman.
you can't write this shit. Now what's happened recently, we won't watch it. There's a guy called Coding Jesus.
Oh, yeah, I covered this in my last video.
Actually, it's this guy.
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
This guy Coding Jesus made a
I think nobody was the one that told me about this guy too.
video 4 days ago, and it's got 1.4 million views, where he went through. Now, I don't even know what any of this means, by the way. He just basically tells us in coding language
That he's wrong.
that he's a retard.
Yep.
That
True. I think he's using AI. Honestly, I do. It seems like it.
Right.
that fig tree here, Mr. Thor, Mr. Pirate Software, like
I'm not sure I needed this guy to tell me that.
Yeah,
I think
well,
one look at this guy. How did this guy have millions of fans?
How?
He manipulated the algorithm at just the right time. He probably had an insider.
I'll tell you how. You want to know what he did?
What?
It was a
Okay.
scam. He made hundreds of YouTube Shorts.
Well, he didn't. Somebody did. He didn't.
To take his stick and make hundreds of videos and just post every day 1 million shorts. So it was impossible to miss him.
Right.
So he
Yep.
gamed, and that's when like
Dude, I still get his shorts sometimes. And I don't watch them. I dislike them. And every once in a while, they'll still pop up.
YouTube Shorts was blowing people up before they fixed the algorithm. So he took advantage of that in 2023.
Bro, I wish that I would have taken advantage of that because I knew what he did to manipulate the algorithm when it was too late and it wouldn't work anymore. And I totally could have done it.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
But here, this
This would be embarrassing to have online. Let's take a look.
Okay.
This guy's just like,
Yeah.
this code is embarrassing to have.
What's
online.
really wrong about this? And I don't even need to be a game dev to understand that. When you look at the code here,
Okay, so that's what's happening right now, and it's ruining him even more. Then there's this guy, okay, who does a review.
Oreo?
No, it's not Nicholas DeOrio. This guy,
His brother? Or?
Actually, honestly, I have no idea. I don't know anything about Heartbound. I don't know what the gameplay is like. I don't know what the character is like. I have nothing. I have no clue.
his name is, I put it here, EVT Parts,
So-
okay?
Oh, okay.
So this guy is actually being DMCA'd by Pirate Software because he made a video game with a parody of Pirate Software. So
Oh, yeah. I heard about this whole situation. This is complete garbage bullshit.
he DMCA'd him on Steam. And he does a review
Where it's like Jarbo level.
beyond
actually.
Jarbo level.
Really,
See?
I mean, I don't know. It kind of looks just like him. Gotta say.
really gay. Okay.
Yeah. So he had to actually redraw Pirate Software as a cockroach wearing a witch's hat here. So he's doing that.
Fitting.
And this
I
is-
might it might turn him on though. I don't know if I
Good
draw him
point.
as an animal though. Right? I think that's actually kind of feeding into his sick desires.
Yeah, they call him the Roach for some reason. I don't know why. I forgot why. Anyway, this is his game right here.
Another good game just really
Oh, that's something to ask the AI. Why do people call Pirate Software a roach? Oh, roach. Pirate Software roach. All right. People call Pirate Software a roach due to his perceived behavior in World of Warcraft, where he is accused of adopting a passive and self-preserving playstyle, often fleeing from combat situations without a clear strategy. So he's basically the opposite of Leroy Jenkins. Instead of running in, he's running out, which is seen as cowardly or uncooperative by his guildmates. This term, roach out, refers to a player running away and scattering like a roach, typically abandoning their team during critical moments. The controversy escalated when Pirate Software was criticized for running away during a dungeon encounter, leading to the deaths of his guildmates and sparking significant backlash within the community. And then he blamed it on everybody, except for himself.
really detrimental, just an opinion.
This is his game.
Multiple times in my playthrough, and it was
Heartbound.
not until
This is what's it called? Pirate Software's game. Okay.
It
Which
looks
I might
alright.
play on the stream
Sure.
one day. It's bad.
I've heard terrible things about it. But I've seen a lot.
Should I do a review? Should I do a review of Heartbound? I'm not gonna buy it. I might watch somebody do a review of it or watch a couple of them. I don't know anything about this game.
Of people start picking up and streaming it just to poke fun at it, which in a weird way is probably what he wants people to do. So, I mean, can't win for losing.
Very furry heavy too.
Did he actually try and charge money for that crap?
Apparently $10. And then coding
$10?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, that's $1 more than Dragon Age of the Veilguard is right now.
The audacity! Holy
Which one would you rather buy, Heartbound or Dragon Age of the Veilguard? At least Dragon Age of the Veilguard is finished.
shit, dude!
Yeah, it's an Undertale ripoff. Yes. And
Bro.
coding Jesus
It's what it seemed
responded
like.
to him one more time,
practices that-
felting him and his
It's-
Hey, it's Quinn Theo.
True, they're saying in chat that you play as Augie RFC in the game. Is that true?
I don't know what that means.
Is
I
Augie
don't
the
know.
main character of Pirate Software's game?
Yeah.
Your
Okay.
buddies.
All right. Notch just recently, the creator of Minecraft, felted him. Here's a quick Asmon Gold.
Wasn't he a supporter of Pirate Software?
Yes.
Before?
Yep.
He was one of the early donators, I think, and now he's shitting on him.
Yeah, because he's realized that Pirate Software is not actually an indie dev like Notch is.
Creator Notch responded to Pirate Software's disapproval of Stop Killing Games campaign. Jeez,
And
fucking
he's getting
both the fucking
felted,
tell it
very
any
funny.
dude he says.
Hang
Hang
on.
that.
Here it is. This guy is being like, just confirming, like, were you making fun of Pirate Software? Just verifying that yes.
Yes, that is what I was talking about. Yes, I was felting this loser bum that I backed in the past, but now I'm making it right. Let's
Yes.
go.
He says, if buying a game is not a purchase, then pirating them is not theft. Very
I
funny.
mean, listen, he's had to walk back a few stances this year. Remember, he supported Carl Jobs' lawsuit?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I didn't even know about that. Like, at every turn, this dude's just a fucking freak.
Yeah, he got felted on that one, and now he's getting felted by Pirate Software, two of the biggest L's of the year.
Well, I mean, because it comes in threes, and Notch supported my defense against Alyssa Mercante.
Did he? I didn't know that. Hold on, let me go back a little bit, because I think I misheard what he said. Let me.
Well, I mean,
Yeah. You remember he supported Carl Jobs? Listen, he's had to walk back a few stances this year. Remember he supported
Very funny.
Listen, he's had to walk back a few stances this year. Remember he supported
Who did?
He
Who
says,
did?
if buying a game is
Wait, was he talking about Pirate Software, or was he talking about Notch?
not a purchase, then pirating them is not theft. Very funny.
Listen, he's had to walk back a few stances this year. Remember he supported Carl Jobs' lawsuit?
Oh,
Wow. Wait, he's got to be talking about Notch. That's a crazy thing to do. All right, then. Well, apparently he walked it back, though.
yeah.
Yeah, he got felted on that one, and now he's getting felted by Pirate Software, two of the biggest L's of the year.
well, I mean, because it comes in threes, and Notch supported my defense against Alyssa Mercante.
Oh, no! You can't do that, Notch. What are you doing? You can't support somebody who's being sued by Alyssa Mercante. You're going against the industry. Dude, Notch is like actually an indie dev hero.
So there's that too. And I have mentioned this before in the past, but it was kind of surreal when he donated towards it a substantial amount of money. And I chatted with him in DMs, and he was so cool. Like, I had nothing but amazing things to pull from the conversation. It was surreal talking to the creator of Minecraft. And I'm not going to say what he said to me, obviously, because that's DMs and stuff, but it was an amazing vibe from him. And I was like, damn, this guy's basically like, I was starstruck by it. We'll just say, but yeah, he was real.
I'm just gonna say that I fucking love Notch. Minecraft is in my top 5 favorite games, most played games of all time.
Really, really cool.
So if Notch offers us money, we better say no, eh?
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. I was like, uh-oh.
So yeah, the talk about the pirate thing. The real graph again. Okay, yeah. So this is whatever about the stop killing games. We've all heard about that. Okay, cool. All right, now we're gonna get into the juicy stuff here.
Wait,
I really want to show you guys.
hold up. That wasn't the juicy stuff. What the hell?
Well, I'm probably not gonna get into the juicy stuff. Nah, I will.
Pirates Software never talks about Blizzard Supercut from the DJ Bunton on YouTube. This needs to go viral.
I was watching a video that was critiquing you for mentioning you work at Blizzard so much. I literally never talk about it.
What? Yeah, I heard about this. I think I might have covered it in the last video also. This is so fucking stupid. I have literally never talked about it. I don't talk about it. And then a supercut of all the times that he talked about it. Like, how fucking embarrassing. Huge L.
When I worked at Blizzard, I did that for Blizzard.
Blizzard.
That's
Did you know he worked at Blizzard for 7 years? His dad also worked there.
I already know where this is going. I never talk about how I used to work at Blizzard. Anyway, Blizzard.
Blizzard, 7 years, yeah. Blizzard.
Yeah,
I used to work at
7
Blizzard
years.
Entertainment. I used to work at Blizzard Entertainment. You're red team specialist for Blizzard Entertainment. And Blizzard is having worked at Blizzard. I grew up.
That's so good. I haven't seen this.
Blizzard Game Industry.
This needs to go viral. This is amazing.
I think it
let's
is.
do this in the chat. This is hysterical. This guy's like the gift that keeps on giving for content creators.
Dude, yeah, that's why we call him a lolcow. That's what makes him a lolcow. He's right up there with Hassan Piker and Denims and Frogan and Ludwig and all those people.
Just the crazy. It's amazing.
For Blizzard Entertainment. Blizzard. Yeah, no, I worked at Blizzard back when I used to work at Blizzard when I was in.
Bro, Pirate Software is the iDubbbz of the gaming community.
At Blizzard. For those who don't understand, I used to work at Blizzard Entertainment. I know how to do that because I worked at Blizzard. Example of this when I was at Blizzard. How do you know so many things? I worked at Blizzard for 7 years. I don't.
Guys, did you guys know I used to work at Sony Online Entertainment? Yes, I talk about it all the time. I would never say I never talk about how I was at Sony.
I've heard him say it a couple of times, and it was usually relevant.
I think I'm better than other people. I do think that it's funny because you can that. There's a lot of people that brought that up, and it's like I never said that I was. I think sometimes the things that I talk about in regards to those types of things is misconstrued as arrogance or boasting, when in reality I'm just trying to give context.
So that is the problem right there. So I want you to listen to this phrase. Sure. This gets misconstrued in as arrogance, but in reality, it's this.
Yeah.
Bro. He's so unself-aware. He's like, oh, it's not arrogance. And then he's arrogant about it. Like, come on.
That is the most arrogant statement on the planet. Bro.
They're true.
That is...
Fuck, man. He's so retarded. He's so retarded, man.
I've seen this like 10 times, 20 times.
Oh,
Again,
God.
shout out to nobody for the heads up on this original cut from this psychologist. Hysterical. Like, calling him out on stream, being like, what you just said there, saying that you're not arrogant, that actually is the most arrogant thing you could possibly say. And look at the look he has. He's like, ah.
Oh, you're just one of them. You're just a grifter too, aren't you? You're just grifting, trying to make me look bad. Bro, get fucking real. What is wrong with you, bro?
Oh, this guy, he's not even qualified to be a doctor. I don't even know why I'm on this stream with him. That's probably his arrogance level right now, what he's thinking. His brain's trying to reinforce everyone else is the problem, but not me.
I actually am the first second-generation Blizzard employee. I was the first second-generation Blizzard employee ever. The first second-generation Blizzard employee. First second-generation Blizzard employee. So,
you know what we call that? You know what we call that? He's a fucking Nepo baby. The first second-generation Blizzard employee. Because you were hired on because your dad worked at Blizzard. I bet none of the other people had adult children. I bet he was the oldest one there.
well, I'm second-generation Blizzard. I'm the first second-generation
So we have him to blame for Blizzard going down the tubes. Gotcha.
Blizzard employee that ever existed with the company. I'm also second-generation Blizzard.
Dude, how many times is he gonna bring that up?
Wait, does he have a donation goal at the bottom left of the screen for $300,000? And he's got
Employee. I was a second-generation
$1,700
Blizzard.
towards it right now.
Bro, I'm gonna start streaming and I'm gonna put my goal at $1 million. You think I'll hit it?
What?
I was the first second-generation
What's the donation goal for? Is it to finish Heartbound?
Blizzard.
Hopefully that's going to charity.
I was the first second-generation Blizzard employee. And I love that shit. I love that company. Working for Blizzard sucked, and I work at Blizzard. All right.
What? I loved it there. I love that company. Next.
Is he saying it over and over again in the same video right now? Like what?
Scott, working at Blizzard sucked.
I worked at Blizzard. There's me eating a sandwich. Yeah, that was actually at Blizzard. I think it was my first. I think it was 2009. It was me picking a safe. It was me cracking a safe in at Blizzard. Your Blizzard stories are fake. Which Blizzard story do you think is fake? Would you like to talk to me or my dad that worked at Blizzard for 23?
My dad worked at Blizzard, guys. My dad worked at Blizzard. How are they going to talk to your dad, first of all?
Years that's currently in chat.
His dad got him the job. Holy.
Yeah, we knew that.
I didn't know that.
We did. And wait, how'd you not know that?
What?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Nepo baby. What you think is we just been using Nepo baby as a straight up insult that meant nothing? No. No, it was true. He is a Nepo baby.
People always call him a Nepo baby. I thought it was because like he was born into money or something, or that he had money from his parents and they gave him something. I didn't know his dad worked at Blizzard.
Where have you been, bro? I guess he hasn't really been paying attention to the pirate software drama this whole time. He's probably just reading into it now because it's bigger than it's ever been.
What?
Yup. Craziness.
That is insane. No wonder he's so cocky. He's had everything given to him. He's never had to work to get there.
Well, he does now, but he's crashing out about it because he thinks everybody's against him because he thinks he's already king, and he is most definitely not.
That's insane. That explains everything.
Yeah, he thinks he's the king of the indie devs.
Logically, how you throw away 2.5 million subscribers because it was just given to you by just existing. So you think you can just do whatever the hell you want. And then people will just keep coming. It's like, no, bro, no. That's not how any of this works. That's never worked like that. Oh my God. Oh God. Look up the definition of nepotism. I mean, right. No, I know. Nepotism is when one of your family members works at a company and they bring you in. I understand that. But I was thinking it was more of just the stretched definition of it. I don't.
Yeah, he thought people were bullshitting. He thought it was just an insult people were throwing around. Nope, it's true.
Know why I was thinking that, because I didn't think any of his parents worked at a game company. I don't know why I thought that. But yeah,
because it's not typical.
That is a thing.
It's not typical for your parents to work at a game company and then you get hired onto that game company that your parents worked at. Yeah, yeah, that's why people don't like nepotism.
That's insane. That's insane. Oh my God. Like Thomas Piker. Yeah, that's another one. Another
Mosh, Diddy, Epstein, Stalin,
Slow JT,
Adolf Piker.
Yep. But damn, that was definitely. Shout out to K-End or K-End for the P125.
Because
yeah, this absolutely does need to go viral. That is insane. That is insane. Wow. I'm still like catching.
I'm pretty sure that's only like $5.
My breath from that. What? Just real quick, one more time at the beginning. Let's listen to him.
I was watching a video that was critiquing you for mentioning you work at Blizzard so much. I literally never talk about it.
Okay. This is probably not even the best supercut. I bet this was just like a funny one to throw together. I bet there's so much more.
When I work.
Pathological liar, Nepo baby. Like the online resume of this guy is
pathological lying, arrogant Nepo baby. There any more words I could add to that?
Out. People know the what do you call it? The book is out on this guy. People know who he is now. He can't hide anymore. Everyone found out what this guy is.
Dude, yeah, everything that you do online, it exists forever. We're not just gonna forget about it and move on from it and like never see any of this stuff. Some of us have severe autism, and we are willing to dig deep, dig real deep, and uncover everything, watch every bit of content, every single second, and then clip it all together, and that's what we're all reacting to.
And now it's just point and laugh. And like, legitimately.
And he won't stop. He doesn't stop.
He did it to himself. Don't do these kind of things.
Yeah, we are farming the shit out of this lolcow.
Be honest with your audience. Holy shit. And by the way, it's very easy to get things taken out of context in his defense. But damn, bro, like,
there's only so many times that you can be taken out of context. When literally everything you do is taken out of context by everybody all the time, I don't think it's on us. I think that's on you, bro.
This one doesn't seem like it's out of context.
Yep.
When you say, I don't ever talk about that, and then you do. So
sometimes it may seem like it's out of context. And then you realize, oh shit. If you really look into it, nope. He just says that it's all out of context, and then it's really not.
So, oh my God.
I'm gonna have to check this out. This Boss Door, is Pirate Software's game that bad? I'm gonna Boss Door Pirate Software. I'm just gonna load that up.
Inspire the WoW guy from Southern. My dad.
This is from Nobody. He says, your mind is about to be blown.
Oh, no.
Wait, this is from Pirate Software. The real he who has no life. Hold on.
Yeah, he's the one who told everybody that he's a Nepo baby.
That's not his dad, is it?
Yes, it is. In the actual South Park episode. Actually, I don't know. He says it is. It kind of doesn't really look like him. He's like, this is my dad's apartment. And it's just like, okay, how do you prove that?
Hold on. Whoa, buddy. What? What? My brain cannot comprehend this right.
It doesn't even really look like his dad. I don't understand this one. It is funny, though.
Okay, here we go. I can't do this.
No, my dad didn't inspire the WoW guy from Southern. My dad is the WoW guy from Southern.
He doesn't even, I mean, like, he kind of does with the fat, you know, and the glasses, but the hair don't really look like it. Not saying it's not, because he did work at Blizzard, and that WoW episode of South Park was worked on with Blizzard. So, you know, it's a stretch, but I think it's true. I think they stretched the character.
God.
He was the cinematic director for Blizzard for 23 years. He worked on the episode with Matt and Trey, and they turned him into a character.
Oh my God. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. This is insane. The lore on this guy. Holy shit.
That's him. Yeah, that's actually him.
Okay. But, no. Because, is this his dad? This looks like his dad. This looks like the one that was his dad. And that looks like his character. Right here. You see that?
That's him.
You see that?
Yeah, that's actually him.
Different character. I don't know.
Him.
That's actually him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look too far into this one. Yes, his dad worked at Blizzard. That's probably him. I don't care.
It's not a joke. That's not like a similarity. Like, that's him. This is his apartment. This is him.
This is his apartment. Your dad lived in an apartment, and he was that guy from South Park. And now look at what you've become, Thor.
Dude, we've come full circle. We were making fun of his dad in South Park. Now we're making fun of his son on the internet.
Look at what you've become.
Even the guy that cosplayed my dad didn't know he was real, but now he's a real guy.
Holy shit. I am besides myself right now.
It's crazy that Smash JT is just now finding out about all this.
Oh my god.
But I guess he's not in the drama slop tuber realm like me, so I guess he wouldn't really know. He's only been keeping up with video games and video game drama. But this kind of leaked into the everything of the internet.
Nobody, you're right. I was not prepared to have my mind blown. That was insane. That was insane. Real life is such a trip. I agree, EB. Like the shit we find out just by doing this, like.
Yep. Welcome to my world. All right, I'm gonna get off this one and I'm gonna go check out this boss door video.
Before I dive into what this video is, let me tell you what it was going to be and what it became. Originally, this was a measured look at an indie game by a, at least currently, controversial content creator. A deep dive into whether the game stands on its own merits, or is just an excuse to bolster dev streams. My thoughts amounted to something like, the pixel art is decent and sometimes even the humor lands, but Heartbound often assumes we care more than we actually do, showing us flashbacks and characters so cryptic, we'll have no idea whether they're implemented well until the final release. Again,
Yeah, I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
that's what I was shaping up to say. All of that changed when I did one area that seemed almost engineered to make you dislike this entire game. Actually, I'll go further. This level seems engineered to make you hate game preservation, because if that means preserving all games, it would include immortalizing this terrible, terrible segment. I do not wish anything bad on Pirate Software or the people who like his videos. If you're watching this and you enjoy
But they don't feel the same with you, bro. They want you dead. They want you off the internet and off of the world.
Pirates content,
Trust me, but they've been saying some crazy shit to me.
great. I hope you're not in the EU, but great. But I cannot in good faith say I enjoyed this demo. Though I do not envy the act Heartbound has to follow. It's clearly an Undertale-inspired game, down to even the sound effects. So of course it's going to be compared to not just Undertale, but games like Omori, Deltarune, and One Shot. Games that have become so celebrated for their ability to tug at the heartstrings, any newcomer to the space should rightfully feel intimidated. Before we talk about the infamous part that changed my mind, I guess I should briefly talk about the other parts of the game, so you get an idea of just how much of a dip in quality it was, at least in my opinion. The mistakes start right at the beginning. We open with main character Lore, who seems like he was ripped straight out of a Friday Night Funkin' mod. Amidst a thunderstorm, he converses with his dog Baron and agrees to give him food late at night. Immediately, Baron gives off positive, upbeat vibes.
This is a hot take. You can feel free to disagree with me, but I don't like the character bouncing animations to make it seem like that they're a moving character. I don't like that. It's weird. It makes it seem like every character in your game is dancing for no reason.
Good foil to Lore's laid-back demeanor. Lore's dad yells at him to take the garbage out, and just to see what would happen, I put it in Baron's bowl. To the game's credit, I still feel bad about this. The sprite art isn't going to wow you, I don't think, but the character portraits in particular are expressive, detailed, and give us a more personal glimpse into the cast than most games like this would allow. Fun fact, the color scheme for this game is readable in all forms of color blindness, so no one is safe. Now you might be thinking, you said the mistakes start off right at the beginning. What were you talking?
Yeah, it seems like he's trying to be inclusive to everybody at every single turn in this game. What just happened there? He seems like he's trying to be inclusive to everybody.
About specifically? Well, the length. Because shortly after this, Baron disappears, and that's the hook for the rest of the adventure. Immediately we have some problems. The impact of losing your dog falls on deaf ears when we spend but a couple minutes with him before he's stolen. I'm just spitballing here, but can you imagine if maybe the first 30 minutes of the game were spent with your dog, letting you build that relationship up before it was taken away from you? Despite how much I'll
Yeah, it just seems like, well, dog's gone. What the fuck? That's just, it just happens.
Lambast Heartbound in this video. The writing is competent enough to make such a segment not boring. I'll even admit I laughed aloud at several parts of the game though. Most of the time that was from the surreal facial expressions, not the writing. Spending more time with Baron at the beginning is not the objective solution to Heartbound's opening being good, but I do think it would have helped as there's no substitute for just spending time with a character. Shortly after Baron disappears, we solve some basic log puzzles and end up fighting this thing. I guess this is as good a time as any to discuss how the combat feels in this game. It doesn't.
What is this? This is definitely trying to be an Undertale ripoff.
This is one of the only two identical fights you will have in the entire demo. Yes, you heard that correctly. Almost all of your time in Heartbound is spent talking to NPCs, playing dull minigames, or doing what amounts to chores. As for the few battles that are actually there, it plays like a really stiff Punch-Out, at least sometimes. Don't expect the freedom of movement you'd have in Deltarune where you're regardless of what's going on. You can move to dodge projectiles. What you're capable of doing in Heartbound depends entirely on what attack your enemy is dealing, which is a neat idea, and while none of the ones shown were particularly compelling, I could maybe see some banger minigames making their way into the final product. I do not think every game like this needs combat, but I can't count the amount of times it felt like battles could supplement what was going on. If you aren't going to add something in its place, its absence will be felt. As it stands, Heartbound feels like an RPG that retroactively had its battles removed, though I guess I'm thankful I didn't need to juggle random encounters in the tower section with everything else, so that's a blessing, and believe me, we'll get to that part. I'm not sure if what's present in the demo will be updated to include battles in the full release, or if we'll just see more areas we haven't visited, but currently, it's sparse. Sometime after this, the demo lets us choose between two different areas. I go with the Autumn one. You're given a whirlwind tour of Animus, a town populated by anthropomorphic animals. Some are funny, some are bashful, some are flirtatious, and some even grow on you.
Dude, it just seems like a furry game. It seems like I'm not gonna be into this. It seems like most people aren't gonna be into this. It kind of seems like something that the LGBT community could be into, you know? But not even a lot of them, because they like normal games. This just kind of looks like garbage. It looks really good in terms of the art style for most things. It still seems like it's trying to rip off so many other things, though.
If anything, Animus was the part of the game that bolstered my hopes, making me believe that Pirate's vision of a unique RPG that breaks convention actually had some legs.
Yeah, it doesn't, it's not unique. It doesn't seem unique. It doesn't scream unique at all to me.
And I appreciate the Austin Powers reference.
That really hurt. Who throws a shoe? Honestly.
Tonally, it unsurprisingly
I like that. I like the Austin Powers references. Yeah, I like that.
Has a lot of overlap.
It's the only
with
thing so
Undertale.
far.
There's an ominous through line that connects everything but is easily forgotten when you talk to the upbeat characters. Though the Animus section is not without its flaws, as we get more nothing burger cryptic messaging. As I stated earlier, we don't know how much of the seeds being planted here are actually good until we see the full story, but there's nothing compelling enough on its own here to make us want to know more. If we knew more about Lore himself, I think that'd have gone a long way in making me want to know the answers to these mysteries the game so liberally throws at us. I had some goodwill that some of them would be good. After all, we're only seeing a small slice of the game. Any goodwill I had for Heartbound died in the tower. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but it was really bad. Jesus Christ, where do I even begin? For one, I'm devastated at how devoid of fun this area is, especially given
It looks like it's supposed to be devoid of fun, and I don't get that. Why? Why are you gonna remove the fun?
how cool everything looks. Red, black, and white as a color scheme has made many games beautiful, but you'll grow to loathe it here because the amount of backtracking is enough to make the 1,000-year door wince. I would rather play through the hump-free part of Omori 4 times back-to-back with a dance pad than so much as hear a soundbite of the song that plays in this level. Almost all of your time is spent combing over office cubicles, pixel hunting for golden objects.
I know, what would be really interesting in my game? Let's have office cubicles. That would be cool and interesting. Let's make them all look exactly the same, like office cubicles. And we'll make it 3 colors, red, white, and black. Wonderful.
Or talking to spread out NPCs to progress the plot. The criteria for advancement isn't exactly spelled out, so on multiple occasions you might have to walk all the way to the opposite sides of the floor again and again just to figure out what to do. And lore isn't exactly fast. There are mini games here and they are not great, though I suppose that's kind of the point as they do express the mundanity of a day job well enough. Some of the dialogue is neat. The faceless, as they're called, have the occasional witty thing to say when interacted with, and for fleeting moments, they made me forget how much I hated this place. The final part of Heartbound's office section has you confronting your mom, and this moment had 0 tension for me. There is
It has you confronting your mom? This feels like it was based on the end of Undertale when you're confronted with facing the goat lady.
absolutely no build-up to this scene aside one brief flashback seconds before the encounter. I do not know who this woman is, I have no reason to fear her, and while I would inhale her like flowers, lore hasn't given us a reason to care about her. She seems to be the source of a lot of lore's angst if the flashbacks are to be believed. I like the idea of the dad wishing he did more to help his son in these situations. There's a lot they could potentially do there, I guess.
Yeah, but whoever's writing this obviously is a terrible writer. It might be Thor, but I'm kind of thinking it wasn't. Or maybe Thor and some other people.
Often this demo feels like the last third of a full game, expecting us to be invested in things it hasn't even shown us. I get it, it's not the whole game. It has to set some stuff up.
Yeah, it's not the whole game, but it's been in early access for 8 fucking years!
Perhaps much of the criticism in this video will be obsolete if the game releases,
It
but I
won't.
can only go off what I see. There are
Even if it does do a full release, it'll be a technical full release, and it'll still not be finished.
so many moments in this game where lore resorts to a mental fetal position, saying stuff like, no, this can't be real, this can't be happening. Like, why? Like, what if an Omori demo released that was just 4 different scenes of Basil crying? Like, why would I care if we didn't introduce him properly first? Showing grief doesn't automatically make the audience feel that. Lots of people have wondered if the entire development of this game is just a poor excuse to facilitate videos by documenting its development. Do I think that's true? I don't think it started out that way. I think this began as a legitimate passion project, and to a lesser extent today, I think it still is. It's just that over the years, as streaming became a much easier and more reliable revenue source for Thor, he probably just eased up on development. I think he overplays how much he's working on it these days. The progress
Overplays, you mean lies.
is glacial.
This guy is trying so hard not to say anything bad about Pirate Software while also criticizing them. Big ups to you.
In development for almost a decade now, but still, it's a project close to his heart, and I wish him the best of luck, even if I think his take on video game legislation is ignorant. The toilet paper Thor wipes with has more success than I do, but on the insanely small chance Thor is watching this, I'd tell him it's fine to take inspiration from things you love, but when it's too overt, you invite very direct comparisons, and you're not going to beat Undertale being Undertale. Be yourself instead, and develop those characters more. Subscribe if you hate, love, or are indifferent about Pirate Software. I'll be covering Chapter 4 of Deltarune soon. I'll see you there.
Wow, that's not good. Like, if he would have been like, nope, game's garbage, game's shit, it's the worst game of all time, I would have been like, oh man, I might have to try this out. But since he was like, it's unfinished and it's mid, and there are parts in it I actually hate, that's not good. That means it's like a 5 out of 10. 4 out of 10, something like that. And I ain't into it. I'm into 2 out of 10 or 9 out of 10, and that's it. And that's where I'm going to leave this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the bell for all notifications.